Kim in North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
North Korea doesn't. They don't take a breath without asking China if it's okay.
Yeah.
They're literally China's bad boy. And the fact that this artillery attack took place, there's no way that North Korea would do that without the okay from China.
Mm-hmm.
So people need to understand that this wasn't a North Korean attack on South Korea. This is a Chinese attack on South Korea.
So they want to. It looks like they want to start something, and now we're having we're having like war games with South Korea. We brought major aircraft carrier over there, the George Washington,
mm-hmm.
and we're having maneuvers with South Korea in the waters. And North Korea says, "Hey, you doing that is provoking us more, and we're very
mm-hmm.
close to war." They keep repeating this, and we keep seeing this in the newspaper.
And this all goes back to the domino principle,
mm-hmm.
where if Indonesia falls, then the next thing to fall will be Philippines, and then Japan, and then at the same time we'll lose South Korea. We're going to lose Taiwan, and they're going to control that hemisphere. And that's what this is all about for the United States. Is we've got these alliances with South Korea because we view that South Korea as a buffer zone between China and the island of Formosa, Taiwan,
mm-hmm.
and we view them as a buffer between the Chinese and the Philippines and the Chinese and the Japanese.
Yeah.
And it just goes back to our, what happened when Japan broke out.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want the Chinese to recreate. What they're doing is their plan is simply this. They're going to divide the American Navy because, obviously our Navy is a huge strategic advantage.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to divide the American Navy. We're going to have half of our Navy committed to that area, the Japan Sea, and you're going to have half of it committed over in the Persian Gulf, which makes it hugely vulnerable.
I would say so.
And the more you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So what I see happening is I see a false flag, on U.S. soil because the neocons are still going ahead with their agenda, and we're going to respond by attacking Iran, and half of our Navy's over there, and North Korea and South Korea is going to continue to escalate, so that we keep our troops committed there, and it's going to get ugly. We're going to be divided all over the globe, which is stupid. The smartest thing the United States could do right now, if we were in charge of our own destiny, is bring the troops home and literally prepare for the greatest military invasion that any country's ever seen. That's what we should be doing right now.
We've been saying that for a long time on this program, Paul. End those wars in the Middle East. They're getting us nothing but greater debt and dead servicemen, and bring them on home and say, we're sorry we messed things up over there, folks. We don't want to be your enemies, but we're allowing you to have your country back, and we're going home, as we should have done a long time ago. You say invasion. So you don't think this is going to go nuclear? You think it's going to stay conventional, huh?
No, I think we're going to start with the nuclear confrontation, but I think it's
right?
going to because the Chinese are going to use their advantage, and their advantage is manpower.
Mm-hmm.
And, obviously the Russians are with them, and we're going to end up fighting a multi-border war. We're going to be fighting the Russians on the East Coast, the Chinese on the West. We're going to be fighting Central American countries on the southern border. We've got the issue with Aztlan, and these individuals that are trying to colonize or recolonize the southern United States in favor of creating their own empire.
Yeah. A lot of people are shaking their heads saying, really? You guys really think this happened? Open up your eyes, folks. Things are happening. The drums of war are beating over in Korea, and we had this provocation with a missile being launched off our coast. We've never done that to another country. I can't think of any country that's done that, launch intercontinental ballistic missile off the coast of another country. I mean, in itself, that's almost an act of war. Things are happening. We got to open our eyes. I know this is frightening for a lot of people, but we have to be ready for it, and we have to open our eyes if we're going to have any kind of possibility of surviving if such things hit the fan. And it's